Okay, so I get asked a lot, in what ways do I agree with LaVey and Satanism? And I disagree with LaVey and Satanism in several ways. I'm going to start with the 11 Satanic Rules of the Earth. And by no means, don't confuse this with me saying that I disagree with Anton LaVey Satanism, or whatever Anton LaVey has written, because I came from the atheistic LaVeyan school of thoughts, and for the most part, I'm still part of that. So, if I look over this way, it's because I'm trying to read the 11 Satanic Rules of the Earth. My camera's here, my computer's there. Okay, number one, don't give opinions or advice unless you are asked. Sounds great. Nobody does it. Nobody ever will. They didn't do it back when you wrote that, and they don't do it now, including Satanists. Okay, number two, don't tell your troubles to others unless you are sure they do not want to, or unless you are sure they want to hear them. Sound advice. No one likes to hear somebody bitch and moan and complain. Again, it's not practical. Didn't work then. Doesn't work now. Man is a social animal. We're needy animals. And we're constantly looking for gratification in all sense, and including ego gratification. So it's not too uncommon. In fact, it's very common for people to complain about shit that nobody else wants to hear. Okay, number five. Do not make sexual advances unless you are given the mating signal. Now, what the fuck is a mating signal? Is that a peacock that throws his ass feathers around? Is that a chicken that does a little chicken dance? Is that a bird that does a little bird dance and courting ritual? I don't know. I'm going to give Anton LaVey the benefit of the doubt and assume that what he meant by the mating signal is don't advance on somebody who has shown no interest in you sexually. Okay? But even that's diluting what he said. And he could have just as easily written that, but he didn't. But let's assume that's what he meant. That's bullshit. Because you know what? That doesn't work in society. If I don't know about you guys, but if I didn't hit on girls, if I actually, let me rephrase this. If I only hit on girls that showed a sexual interest in me, I would never get laid, or very rarely. Okay, it's just not practical. I mean, it depends. You got to play the numbers game. You know, you get rejected a lot of times, but if you keep being persistent, you get lucky a lot of times. Okay, on with that. This is a weird one right here. Do not take that which does not belong to you unless it is a burden to other person and he cries out to be relieved. This is fucking ridiculous. This one I totally disagree with. One, I don't know. I treat people with respect that I'm given, you know, and I don't steal from individuals, you know, unless they deserve it. And very rarely, if at all, I can recall in my life actually stealing from somebody who was an individual. Now, when it comes to stealing, taking things that do not belong to you without paying for them, you know, like when it comes to like, I have no problem stealing from like Walmart, Target, grocery store, any major, you know, mega corporation. It's $1 billion, $1 million corporation. I got no problem stealing from them. Fuck it. Doesn't matter to me. But according to LaVey, don't. Only steal from individuals if it hurts them, which is kind of retarded. I totally disagree with that. Out of all of them, that's the one I disagree with probably the most. Or actually second to most. This is an interesting one. Number 7. According to the powers of magic, if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires, if you deny the powers of magic after having called upon it with success, you will lose all the powers you have obtained. What is this? Fucking Harry Potter's Cliff Notes? Is the Hogwarts School of a fucking whatever? No, this is fucking stupid. It's stupid. That absolutely is no sense. It's no different than the Wiccan saying, if you curse somebody, it will come back 3 times fold. Now, I don't believe in ritual. I don't believe in greater magic, which is like summoning demons and ritual, you know, different than lesser magic, which I do believe in. But greater magic, no. It's smoke and mirrors. It's bullshit. It does have a purpose for some individuals and can stimulate progress, but for the majority of people, especially those that are critical thinkers and pragmatists, it's not something that that we feel is accurate or worthy of attention. Okay, here's the last one, guys. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, second to last one. Do not kill human animals unless you are attacked for your food. Now this I can agree with, 95%. Except, let's say that there's a guy who's a fur trader, right? He kills animals for their fur. And he sells those fur. And the profits that he gets from that fur, he, buys food and puts on the table for his family. So in that sense, he is killing for his food, although he might not actually be eating the actual meat of the animal that killed. Fishermen. Okay, fishing is a lucrative business in some parts of the world, and some people go out and fish thousands of pounds a day. Okay, well, they may not be eating the fish specifically. Now, I do consider fish an animal, but the money and the profits they make are giving paychecks to support themselves and their family. So, I don't know. I think LaVey should have expanded upon this number 10 satanic rule of the earth to not make it so black and white. The last one here is number 11. This is the one I have the most problem with. When walking in open territory, bother no one. If someone bothers you, ask him to stop. If he does not stop, destroy him. Now, this is interpreted what LaVey meant as destroyed him, and a lot of Satanists, especially Church of Satan folks, will whitewash it like, oh, well, he meant in a symbolic way to destroy him. Well, he could have said that. He didn't. So he's saying destroy somebody who bothers you, that pesters you, that won't leave you alone. In an ideal society, I do agree with this. Okay? But this is not an ideal society. This is reality. And honestly, if I were to follow this rule, there'd be a line of dead bodies following me around every day. I would walk outside. So it's not something that's pragmatic. It's not practical. In fact, it's kind of retarded. So this is how I disagree with Anton LaVey when it comes to the 11 Satanic Rules of the Earth. By request, there you go.